Good evening. Today we are going to discuss integration, but before that, two, three students are requesting that I should explain the concept of inverse function, okay? Then the meaning of componendo dividendo and how to solve inequations. Okay. Um, Basically, what is componendo dividendo? It is to be used for proportion and not for ratio. So if you are interested, write down if A upon B equal to, just a minute, if A upon B equal to C upon D, then by componendo and dividendo, A plus B upon A minus B, that is numerator plus denominator upon numerator minus denominator on both sides. Okay, so we get this. For example, 1 upon 2 or 10 upon 20 is 1 upon 2. We will verify. See whether 10 plus 20 upon 10 minus 20 is same as 1 plus 2 upon 1 minus 2. Just check this. 10 plus 20 is 30. 30 upon minus 10, that is minus 3. And here 3 upon minus 1, that is minus 3. Okay. So this is nothing but componendo and dividendo. See, I'm going to upload this recording. Don't worry. One student is saying, sir, please explain derivative also. One is saying, sir, please explain logarithm also. I won't, because then there is no end to this. I have already uploaded all the lectures, recorded lectures. Okay. Now, just remember that x square less than a square means x square less than a square means minus a less than x less than a. I can write this using modulus notation also, mod x less than a. Just remember this result. Then x square greater than a square means, see, one obvious value is what? X square greater than a square means x greater than a, right? But square of negative number is also positive. Therefore, we say x less than minus a or x is greater than a. Write down this. Don't worry, recorded lectures will be there at least for a month, especially limits, derivatives, and integration. Okay, so this is about inequation. What else? See, sine inverse. If you are interested, write down this. Sine inverse 0. Sine inverse 0 is the angle whose sine ratio equal to 0. Sine 0 is 0. So sine inverse 0 is 0. Then sine inverse half. Sine inverse half is the angle whose sine ratio is half. You had done this in 10th standard. Sine of 30 degrees is half, but angle must be expressed in radian. I already explained this. 30 degree means pi by 6 radian. So write down sine inverse half is pi by 6. What is sine inverse 1 upon root 2? It is the angle whose sine ratio is 1 upon root 2. That angle is pi by 4. So this is pi by 4. What is sine inverse root 3 by 2? Can you tell me the angle whose sine ratio is root 3 by 2? 60 degrees. But don't say 60, say pi by 3 radian. And then sine inverse 1 is the angle whose sine ratio is 1. That angle is pi by 2. in physics, you may be required to write sine inverse of -1, that is minus pi by 2. Okay. See, most of you must have taken mathematics and must have joined class somewhere else, right? So there you are going to learn all these things. But at present, just remember this. Okay. So this is about sine. I'm sorry. This is about sine. Then you have to remember for cos also. What is cos inverse 0? It is the angle whose cosine ratio is 0. Cos 90 degree is 0. So this is pi by 2. Then what is cos inverse 1? Cos inverse 1 is the angle whose cosine ratio is 1. Cos 0 is 1. So it is 0. Then cos inverse half. Can you tell me the angle whose cosine ratio is half? You had done this in 10th standard. Cos 60 degree is half, means cos pi by 3. So cos inverse half is the angle whose cosine ratio is half. It is pi by 3. Cos inverse 1 upon root 2 is the angle whose cosine ratio is 1 by root 2. That is pi by 4. Okay. Then cos inverse root 3 by 2. It is the angle whose cosine ratio is root 3 by 2. That is 30 degree. But you have to say pi by 6. What is cos inverse minus 1? It is the angle whose cosine ratio is minus 1. That is pi. See, this is not at all difficult because you had done this in 10th standard only. For example, what is 2 cube? 8. So it is 2. Will you say 8 cube? No. Cube root of 8. Similarly, cos pi by 3, half. So it is pi by 3. It is cos half. No. Cos inverse of half. Simple. Then tan inverse. Tan inverse of 0 equal to 0. Tan inverse of 1 pi by 4. Why? Because tan 45 degrees 1. Simple. Then tan inverse 1 upon root 3, tan 30 degree. So pi by 6. Then tan inverse root 3, tan 60 degree is root 3. So pi by 3. Then see, this is very important. In physics, you are definitely going to use this. Tan inverse infinity. Tan inverse infinity is the angle whose tangent ratio is infinity. We had done this. Tan of pi by 2 is infinity. So tan inverse infinity is nothing but pi by 2. Okay. Then tan inverse minus infinity is minus pi by 2. Okay. So this you have to remember. Now let us discuss integration. See, we first studied limits, then derivatives. Why? Because derivative is nothing but value of the limit. Now after derivatives, we are discussing integration, because what is an integral? It is an antiderivative. Let me explain. What is 2 cube? 2 cube is 8. So what is 2? It is cube root of 8. So taking cube root is the process which is inverse to cubing. We have already done this. What is log 2 to the base 10? It is 0.3010. So what is 2? Will you say log of this? No, it is anti-log. Anti-log of 0.3010 to the base 10. This means taking anti-log is the process which is inverse to taking log. Simple. And finally, what is derivative of x square? We have already done this. Derivative of x square, that is ddx. I have explained the concept of, in fact, this is Leibniz notation. We have discussed that. So ddx means derivative with respect to x of x square is what? 2x. So what is x square? Will you say it is derivative of 2x? No, it is antiderivative. It is antiderivative of 2x with respect to. WRT is the standard short form of with respect to. Do not write, you need not write WITH. You need not give that much respect to it. Just say WRT. So x square is antiderivative of 2x with respect to x. Note that this in short is written as integral 2x dx. Note that do not write 2x into dx. Do not put dot here. Why? Because dx tells us that the variable of integration is x. And what is 2x? This is a function which is integrated. And why this symbol only? I'll tell you the reason for that. See, integral. This integral can be expressed as limit of sum. As limit of sum. Sum is SUM sum. This S is elongated to get this symbol. I think Leibniz introduced this symbol. So this is the symbol for integration. How to read this? Integral 2x dx. Dx tells us that the variable is x. 2x is the function which is integrated. It is called as integrand, integrand. And the process of obtaining integral is called as integration. Actually, I should have given the title indefinite integral. What is indefinite? Why indefinite? Because it is not definite. I'll tell you the reason. What is ddx of x square? 2x. Why? Because derivative of x raised to n is n x raised to n minus 1. That is 2 x raised to 2 minus 1. That is x raised to 1. That is x. Therefore, as per definition, integral 2x dx is what? It is x square. Okay. Now what is ddx of x square plus 3? I already explained that derivative of any constant equal to 0. If somebody asks you why, the reason is derivative measures the rate of change and constant is 1 which does not change. So what is the rate of change of 3? 0. And that is why derivative of x square plus 3 is also 2x. So in this case, I will say integral 2x dx is what? Is it x square? No, x square plus 3. In general, derivative of x square plus c, where c is a constant, is 2x. So integral 2x dx is x square plus c. Note that derivative of a function is unique, but its integral, if it exists, is not unique. And therefore it is called as indefinite integral. Of course, when you say integral 2x dx is x square, it cannot be sin x or log x or tan x. Answers, they differ only by a constant. I repeat, there are infinitely many answers for an integral, but they differ only by a constant. Why? Because derivative of constant is 0. So initially, was there any constant or not? We are not sure. And that is why whenever you write the answer, you have to say plus c. How to verify this? Find out derivative of x square plus c. What is derivative of x square? 2x. What is derivative of c? 0. Yes, 2x is there. Is that clear? So this is about indefinite integral. So derivative first and then integral. And that is why there are many functions whose integral does not exist. Why? Because it is not the derivative of any of the function. Let me explain. If I am interested in finding integral of cos x, okay, then I must find the function whose derivative is cos x. Can you tell me derivative of, can you tell me the function whose derivative is cos x? Sin x. Okay. So derivative of cos x exists because cos x happens to be derivative of sin x. Right? Actually, you are not expected to tell me all this because for derivative, if you want to learn derivative in detail, you should study at least for 30 to 40 clock hours, and we finish derivative in just 1 hour because the purpose is altogether different. Just to give you an idea about calculus, because when physics teacher will write dy dx, you should not be tempted to cancel d. You should at least know that yes, this is d dx of y, that is derivative of y with respect to x. Okay. So when I ask you to find integral of some function, you should first find the function whose derivative is that. Means what? Suppose I ask you to find integral of x raised to n. For that, you should know the function whose derivative is this. Note that that function is x raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1. See, you need not know the proof, you need not know the logic, because in physics you, I think, you have to use only 2 3 formulae from integration. I can tell you those particular formulae also. One of this is this one, then sine, cos, and then inverse function. That's it. I'll tell you the logic. Find out derivative of this. Basically, denominator n plus 1 is constant. I have already explained what is derivative of x raised to n plus 1. It is index n plus 1 into x raised to index minus 1. What is n plus 1 minus 1? N. This gets cancelled. Yes. Right. So derivative of this function is x raised to n. So what is antiderivative? That is integral of x raised to n. X raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1. You can use one more logic. How to obtain derivative? Derivative of x raised to n is n x raised to n minus 1. That is, while finding derivative, index reduces by 1. Integration is the process which is inverse to differentiation. So while integrating, index increases by 1. While differentiating, we multiply. Integration is the process which is inverse to differentiation. So while integrating, we have to divide. Okay. So this is how you have to remember this. Can you tell me what is integral dx? It is basically integral 1 dx. Can you tell me the function whose derivative is 1? X. As derivative of x is 1, what is integral dx? It is nothing but x, or in general x plus c, where c is called as constant of integration. Okay. See, now I haven't explained this because many students, they do not understand this part. That is why I have considered particular case. This can be understood easily. Derivative of, in fact, I have given the same example. Derivative of x square is 2x. Antiderivative of 2x, that is integral of 2x. Dx means what? It just tells us that the variable of integration is x. Please do not read this as integral 2x into dx. No, that is absurd. So integral 2x dx, x square. Okay. Yes. Now, in this formulae, list of formulae is there. Integral x raised to n is this. Integral 1 is what? X. Integral 1 upon x is log x. Why? Because derivative of log x is 1 upon x. So antiderivative of 1 upon x, that is integral, is log x. What is integral of cos x? Sin x. What is integral of sin x? Minus cos x. What is integral of sec square x? Tan x. What is integral of cosec square x? Minus cot x. What is integral of sec x tan x? Sec x. What is integral of cosec x cot x? It is nothing but minus cosec x. Sorry. This is the simplest function. Integral of e raised to x is e raised to x. Why? Because derivative of e raised to x is again e raised to x. Then few more formulae. These are the results. Okay. You need not remember this. Then these are simple rules of integration. Simple rules. Integral of sum of integrals. Integral of difference, difference of integrals. See, we are discussing integration for the last 10-15 minutes. So do not conclude that from this integral of product, integral of quotient. No, such rules do not exist in integration. Okay. So this is about the theorems in case of indefinite integrals. Now we will solve few sums, but before that, these are the additional results which you should know. Integral 1 upon 1 plus x square dx. It is nothing but tan inverse x. You use this in physics. Then you use one more result. Integral 1 upon root 1 minus x square is nothing but sine inverse x. Okay. That's it. Now tell me few integrals. Integrate with respect to x. WRT means with respect to x. The first one, x raised to 7. Now for differentiation, we write y equal to. Here I write I equal to integral x raised to 7 dx. Now which result we have to use? Integral x raised to n dx. It is what? X raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus c. So can you tell me what is the integral of this? It is nothing but x raised to 7 plus 1 upon 7 plus 1 plus c. That is x raised to 8 upon 8 plus c. So this is about integral of x raised to 7. Now type your answer in chat box. Second function is root x. Tell me your answer. Now next function, root x. What is root x? X raised to half. What is integral of x raised to half? X raised to half plus 1 upon half plus 1. Half plus 1 is 3 by 2. What is 1 upon 3 by 2? 1 upon 3 by 2 is nothing but 2 by 3. So it is 2 by 3, x raised to 3 by 2 plus c. Next function is, I write this as r equal to integral. Do not forget to write this in bracket. 1 upon x minus x raised to 10 plus cos x plus 1 dx. Now basically integral of sum of integrals. So this is integral dx upon x. See, if you know derivatives of standard functions, you can easily integrate this, because simple functions we are considering. Now it is integral 1 upon x. It is log of mod x. Why mod? Because x can be negative, but logarithm of negative number is not defined. So log of mod x minus, what is integral of x raised to 10? X raised to 10 plus 1, that is x raised to 11 upon 11. What is integral of cos x? Sin x. And what is integral of 1? It is x plus c. One student has asked a good question. He says, sir, why not constant for each? Suppose we do that, then C1, C2, C3, C4. Basically, these are arbitrary constant, right? These are arbitrary constant, and therefore, for that arbitrary constant like C1 minus C2 plus C3 plus C4, I can just say C. One student is asking that can we write 1 upon x as x raised to minus 1? Actually, the question is not wrong, but remember, you cannot use that formula. Let me explain. Suppose you say it is x raised to minus 1 plus 1 upon minus 1 plus 1. This is absurd. Why? Because denominator vanishes. Okay. So we always say, and that is why you must have observed that in standard formulae they have clearly mentioned, see, integral x raised to n dx is x raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus c, provided n not equal to minus 1. Because for n equal to minus 1, denominator vanishes. So if n is minus 1, what happens? You get 1 upon x. Now can you tell me the function whose derivative is 1 upon x? Log ax. Yes, I have written that only. Just a minute. I will show you that. See, integral x raised to n, x raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1, n not equal to minus 1. But if n is minus 1, then it becomes x raised to minus 1, that is 1 upon x. What is the integral of 1 upon x? Log x. Right? But Atharva, good question. Try down this. Now, one student is asking what is the geometrical interpretation of indefinite integral. Okay, I'll tell you that. Basically, it represents family of parallel curves. Means what? I'll tell you. Just first finish this. See, I already told you that in physics you need parabola, ellipse and hyperbola also. I have given the equations of these curves and I have shown the shapes also. Detail you will study in mathematics in second semester. See, in physics, you need not remember all the formulae at present, but most of the students, they usually take mathematics. So in mathematics, you have to learn integration in detail. But at present, you should know formula for x raised to n, then sin x, cos x, and for that inverse 1 upon 1 plus x square has integral tan inverse x. Okay. Yes. Now, don't write. Suppose I ask you to integrate y equal to 2x. So integral y is integral 2x. Can you tell me what is integral of 2x? It is nothing but 2 into what is integral of x? X means x raised to 1. So its integral is x raised to 1 plus 1, that is x square upon 2 plus c. So if I say that it is f of x equal to x square plus c, actually if I take y equal to x square, then this is y equal to x square. This is parabola. Okay. Now for different values of c, you get different curves. Okay. So this represents indefinite integral represents family of parallel curves. Why family? Because something is common in them. This part is common. The answers differ only by a constant. Okay. So this is about indefinite integral. Now in physics, in some cases you are required to integrate over some interval. Over some interval means what? At present, we say domain is all real numbers, but in some cases, you are required to integrate over say 0 to pi by 2, this much. So you get a particular value and therefore it is called as definite integral. Okay. Now I'll explain this concept first. Intervals. If you want, you can write this. Open interval. What is open interval? Concept is simple. If a less than x less than b, then we say x belongs to open interval. You have to use common sense. These things should not be taught actually. This is for self-study. Note that x is greater than a and less than b. So the convention is we put a and b in circular bracket, and this is called as open interval. Means what? When I say x belongs to open interval, by that I mean x cannot be a, x cannot be b, but x is greater than a and less than b. Another is closed interval. You have to take literal meaning. Closed interval means what? If a less than or equal to x, less than or equal to b, then we say x belongs to, this is Greek alphabet epsilon. Now convention is, now don't ask me why this bracket only, this is the convention. So rectangular bracket stands for closed interval. Means what? Can x be equal to a? Yes. Can x be equal to b? Yes. So extreme values belong to the interval, closed interval. If extreme values do not belong to the interval, it is called as an open interval. Okay. Now we are interested in definite integrals. As the name suggests, it must be a real number, definite number. So, fundamental theorem of integral calculus. The fundamental theorem of integral calculus provides an easy method of evaluating. See, integral, how to read this? Integral a to b fx dx. This a is called as lower limit and this b is called as upper limit of integration. The theorem is stated below and we accept it without proof. See, if a function f is continuous on the closed interval. Now you will ask me, sir, continuous means what? It is defined. So if the function f is defined on this interval, that is why I explained the concept of closed interval. And suppose integral fx dx is phi of x. Then integral a to b f of x dx is what? Phi of x. X goes from a to b. First we put upper limit, which is b, so phi of b, minus we put x equal to lower limit, so phi of a. Let me explain. If you have any difficulty, you can ask me later on. A and b are called the limits of integration, a being the lower limit and b the upper limit of integration. Note that the indefinite integral fx dx is a function of x, but the definite integral a to b fx dx is a real number. The definite integral does not contain the constant of integration. We can easily verify this. See how. Usually what do we say? Integral fx dx phi of x plus c. See, this is all about common sense. That is why it is difficult. Integral a to b fx dx. What is the answer? Phi of x plus c. First we replace every x by upper limit. So phi of b plus c. Now don't ask me why c is as it is, because x is to be replaced by b. C doesn't contain x. Minus. Now replace x by lower limit. Phi of a plus c. Open the bracket. C gets cancelled. That is why it is called as definite integral. Let me explain again. We will consider particular example. Suppose, or before that, let me tell you the geometrical interpretation of this. What is integral? How to read this? Integral a to b fx dx. This is actually x equal to a, x equal to b. This represents area of the region. Which region? It is bounded by curve y equal to fx, x-axis, and these two lines. This line is x equal to a and this line is x equal to b. See this shaded region. So value of this definite integral represents what? Area of this region. Which region? Bounded by y equal to fx. This is the graph. I am considering general case. This is the graph of y equal to fx. X-axis. And which lines? X equal to a, which is lower limit, and x equal to b. We will consider simple examples. Suppose I ask you to find integral 2 to 3 1 dx. Okay. Now can you tell me what is integral of 1 x? So lower limit is 2, upper limit is 3. I have already explained. First replace x by upper limit 3. Then replace x by lower limit, which is 2. So 3 minus 2, which is nothing but 1. So what is the value of this definite integral? 1. Will you say 1 plus c? No, it is 1, which is purely a real number, and hence the name definite integral. We will consider another example. If I ask you to find integral 0 to pi by 2, in physics you require this. Integral cos x dx. Can you tell me what is integral of cos x? Sin x. Okay. But x goes from 0 to pi by 2. Now first we put upper limit. So sin pi by 2. Strictly minus. Then we put lower limit. What is sin 90 degree? 1. Minus. What is sin 0? 0. So what is the value of the definite integral? It is 1. Next example. Integral 1 to 2. 2x plus 3. Now the first job is to find the integral. Let me explain first. Now consider 2x. 2 is constant. What is integral of x? X raised to 1 plus 1, that is x raised to 2 upon 2, plus what is integral of 3? 3x. You can verify this. Find out derivative of 3x. It is 3 into derivative of x, which is 1. Yes, what we have written is correct. Bracket, lower limit 1, upper limit 2. Now I simplify this. 2 gets cancelled. So it is x square plus 3x. Lower limit 1, upper limit 2. Now you have to be careful. First we put x equal to 2, upper limit. So it is 2 square plus 3 into 2 minus, use brackets. Now I put x equal to lower limit, which is 1. So 1 square plus 3 into 1. Now simplify this. So this is 4 plus 6 minus in bracket 1 plus 3. So what is the final answer? Final answer is nothing but 6. Is that clear? So this is the value of definite integral. Now you tell me what will be the value here. Integral 2 to 3 3x square minus x. Type your answer in chat box. Take your own time. Next one is integral 2 to 3 3x square minus x dx. So first we find integral 3 into, what is integral x square? X cube by 3. Integral x square by 2. 3 gets cancelled. Now apply fundamental principle. First use upper limit. So it is 3 cube minus 3 square by 2 minus, use brackets, put lower limit. So 2 cube minus 2 square by 2. Simplify to get 33 upon 2 as the final answer. Now tell me, what will be the answer? Integral 0 to 1, 1 by 1 plus x square. What is integral of 1 by 1 plus x square? Tan inverse x. Upper limit 1, tan inverse 1 is pi by 4 minus tan inverse 0, which is 0. So pi by 4. Then integral 1 upon root 3 to infinity 1 upon 1 plus x square. Again, integral is tan inverse x. Upper limit infinity. What is tan inverse infinity? It is the angle whose tangent ratio is infinity. That is pi by 2 minus tan inverse 1 upon root 3 is the angle whose tangent ratio is 1 upon root 3. Don't say 30. You have to express angle in radian. 30 degree means pi by 6. So what is the difference? It is pi by 3. Okay. So this is about definite integral. In fact, in physics, you are going to study SHM, simple harmonic motion. In that, you are going to solve differential equation. But you will be studying SHM in 12th standard. So by that time, you will be doing limits, derivatives, integration in detail. So you will be solving differential equation. Now what is a differential equation? An equation containing derivative is a differential equation. For example, dy dx plus y equal to 0. This is differential equation. I have already explained second order derivative. So d2y by dx square plus dy dx, say minus 7y equal to 0. This is also a differential equation. So that's it for today. I'm not saying that I have explained or we have done whole calculus. The aim was just to give you an idea about calculus, that is about limits, derivatives and integration. So that's it.